that was in, we all have gotten an introduction of each other. So now let's get started. Fine. So we'll start. I'll just give you a bit of introduction that what will be happening in this course. So this is an introduction class, and okay. So first of all, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining in. Now, who is this course for? Anyone who are going to take academic journal IELTS for both the people, and I know many people are get stuck with the score of 5 or 6.5. So it's I will give a lot of strategies in this course that can help you uplift your score. Then what I need, what kind of people I need in this course are first of all who are willing to work hard, then who is willing to participate. Like this is a very good audience, everyone participated, everyone told me how they are and from where they are. So that's a very good sign, and you should also complete your homework which will be given to you. And next, what you will be needing for this course, you will be needing a smartphone, tablet, laptop or a desk computer to stay connected. Then you need a microphone and camera access. I know most of you are not showing your faces today, but it's just an introduction class, so I'll let it go. But in the further classes, when we do especially the speaking module, you all have to open your mic too, because it is very essential that your face expressions are good, you are smiling all the time, and we can only know that when you just open your cameras, right? So we'll need that, and then we need headphones, that is optional for you. And then
Very well.
then you will be also needing a dictionary, because in IELTS you'll always encounter uh, can you please mute yourself? Right. So there will be words that you'll find difficult to communicate, so that you need a dictionary that also. Okay. So what are the objectives of this course? We'll go through it. That first of all, you'll be getting a deeper understanding of the exams, and you'll get to know that what you are expecting in the exam. Then you learn strategies that like how to attempt each task effectively and how to go with all questions effectively. Then let us come to the now content of the course. First of all, you'll know how to tackle each question type that is asked to you. In writing task 1, I'll help you to see that how charts and writing essay can be done effectively, and in task 2, we'll be doing a proven method of 13 sentences to 15 sentences method, in which I'll be giving you that these are the sentences, particular sentences you have to write exam that will be helpful for you, right? Then for listening section also, we'll do how to tackle each question, and for speaking section also, we'll learn how to answer task 1 to 3 everything effectively. Now, schedule of the course will be discussed in very soon. So let us now start. What I've planned for the day is that we'll be doing introduction part of writing task 2, because writing task 2 is the most difficult for most of the people, and I wanted to give an insight of it, that how will be I teaching you writing task 2 in this course, right? So let's get started with that now. So, first of all, coming to the writing section, you know that you will be given 60 minutes in all, that is 1 hour duration to complete your task. Then you will be, what you have to do is, there will be, in task 1, you will be given 20, that is not like compulsion, but for task 1, what you have to do is, you have to take 20 minutes to attempt it, and rest of the 40 minutes you have to save for doing the task 2. Now why I say so, because the task 1 which you will be doing, is 1/3 of the total bands you'll be getting, and task 2 will be 2/3 of the total bands you are getting. So task 2 is extremely much more important than what you do in task 1. Now, how academic and writing exams are different, that you need to know. First of all, in the task 1 of the academic thing, you will be given graph, table, charts, or some other kind of sources that you have to describe. But in the journal exam, what you have to do is you have to write a letter for task 1. So that's the difference between academic and journal. And when it comes to task 2, both the exams are extremely same. There are no major differences. Just in the journal section, if you're giving journal IELTS, then there might be a scenario that if you don't write very formally, no marks reduction will be there. You'll be getting full marks even then also. But in academic, you have to be very formal because you are writing an essay for an university. Whereas in journal, what happens is they normally want to see that you are able to converse with people or not. So that's the difference when it comes to journal and academic. Now, first of all, I would like to tell you that there is no such exclusive or universally found essay format that will be correct for you. So any format that you use, but you are absolutely correct in it, that will be helpful for you. But I have designed the essay type, or you can say a format that will be helpful for you, and you don't have to like think over it too much, right? So first of all, you need to understand that what are the criteria on which you are judged, because that's very important. Only when you know that what examiner is looking for, only then you'll be able to like do it effectively. So let's start with the 4 criteria on which your writing is judged. First one is task achievement. What is now task achievement? Task achievement is basically uh, first of all, I want to ask that everyone here know Hindi a bit. If I speak in Hindi, will there be anyone who will be having any issue? Okay, so no response. I guess no one will be having any issue. So what is task achievement means? It means ki, what the question is asking, you are able to answer everything of it. Now, how can you achieve task achievement? Then that we'll be discussing in the next slides. But before, you need to know that for task getting marks in task achievement, you have to address all parts of the question. You don't have to go out of context, and you have to stick to the your point. You don't have to give a chance to the examiner to counter question you on whatever you have written. Okay. Then there is second criteria, coherence and cohesion. What happens in this criteria is, what the examiner wants is that if someone is reading your essay, he or she shouldn't get distracted in between. Okay, so your essay should go in one flow. He or she should be able to read that essay in 3 to 4 minutes. They don't want to get distracted. For this, what you have to do is, there are different connectors which you have to use, and of course there is a format which I will be telling you that will help you get more bands in in this criteria too, right? Now the third one is lexical resource. What I mean by lexical resources, that you have to prove to the examiner that you know English, right? Now, how much you know English, that will be explained through your vocabulary, that how much words you know of English. So that thing is described in this part. For it, first what you have to do is, you don't have to repeat any words, right? If you have written a word in the starting, then you have to use synonyms of it all over the essay. And then you have to use high vocabulary words, that could be adjectives and adverbs, and then you have to also use topic specific vocabulary. Now what I mean by topic specific vocabulary, that if you are talking about an animal, then in your essay you should also use words like fauna, or you should use that it's a carnivorous animal or a omnivorous animal. You should use words like this. Only then you'll be able to get high score in this part. Now for grammatical range and accuracy. For grammatical range of accuracy, they check how like what type of sentences you are using. Are you only using simple sentences, or you are using complex sentences too? That's what is judged in this part. Now this is the band descriptor charts which I can send you to. So what happened in this is that there is given that what will be your like how are you judged. Okay, so like for task response, there is written you should fully address all the parts of the task, and your answer should be extended and well explained with the example. Then coherence and cohesion, it should not attract your attention in any bad way. That while reading the essay, the examiner should read in one flow. He should not be like reading a sentence or two twice or thrice, so that they know that there is no flaw in it, and you can get 9 bands in this. Now when it comes to task response and cohesion and coherence, you can easily get 9 bands. But what you have to do is you have to follow a pattern that I'll be telling you, that this is the way to do it. You have to follow the introduction and conclusion in the way I'll be telling you. So by that thing, you can easily score a 9 band in task response and cohesion and coherence. Now what happens is that in lexical resource, you have to use your vocabulary. So mostly people are able to achieve, if you don't repeat any words and you use at least 5 to 6 words that are not very common. Let it be even respectively, let it be enormous, or let it be grueling. You use these 3 words in, you can use these 3 words in any essay. If you are able to use this, then you will be able to get a 6 or 7 band in your this section. Now then it comes grammatical range and accuracy. What happens in grammatical range and accuracy is that most people what do, they write only simple sentences. So what happens is they are getting even 7 band, but in grammatical range and accuracy, they go to 4 or 5 bands, because they are using a limited range of structure of a sentence. So when you use a limited structure of sentence, you don't use any conditional sentence. Like you could have written, if this will happen, that will be the result. So if you don't use sentences like that, you will be getting 5 or 6 band in that, and your overall bands will fall down. So you have to take care of that also. Okay, so this is the introduction, and what we will do in this is that I'll teach you how to write introduction and conclusions. I will tell you how to write the skeleton, what is the skeleton of the essay, then how to write main body paragraph, then how to organize your language effectively, like where you have to use firstly, secondly, or any, for instance, like these words. Then we'll be talking about how to paraphrase, how to use the paraphrase language, and then we will be talking about topic vocabulary too, right? So this is basically a layout of how we'll be doing writing task 2. Okay, now let us get started. If anyone have any doubts, they can unmute yourself or raise their hands, and then we can start. Does anyone have any doubts? Okay, I see no response, so I guess we can, yes. Yes, Mohammed Amir, you want to say something? Okay,
No, ma'am, no, I don't have any doubts.
okay, that's great.
You just carry on.
Okay, so let's now start officially that how you have to write a task, writing task 2. Now, what I will say is that do not rush into writing a full passage in the first go. Okay, what you have to do is you have to make it parts of the essay and you have to get perfect on each part. Like in today's class, I'll be telling you how to write a perfect introduction and how to analyze the question effectively. So you have to learn that thing only, that how can you easily and effectively learn how to introduce the essay. So once you have learned the expert technique of writing an introduction, you don't have to you will never mess up in first of all in the introduction, and then you'll be easily writing in all the upcoming essays. So what we'll do in this course is that we'll be picking one thing at a time, we'll be mastering it, and then we'll be moving it to the other part, right? So now let's get started. This is a format, just a second. Okay, so this is the format that I want you to use, and this is the format that can help you get the perfect score. Now this is the 15 sentence structure, and this is of an argument essay structure. So what happens when you have this structure is that you won't be messing up first in exam. Second, you know what to write in the exam. So a lot of time which you do in planning is saved, because you know that in the first paragraph I have to write a background statement, then I have to paraphrase the question, then I have to give my opinion, which is known as the thesis statement, and then I have to give an outline sentence, right? And then in paragraph 2, you have to do is you have to start with writing a topic. Then you have to give an example of it, that why I'm saying that this is advantageous, or this is more why I agree to this one more. Then you have to give an example of it. Then you can do a bit of discussion, give reason that why I think so. Then at the end you can give a conclusion. So that will be the same. You can write the same supporting paragraph in this also. And then you have to write paragraph 4 of conclusion, in which you will first write a summary that is in one line. Then you have to restatement of thesis, means you have to give your opinion again, that this is my opinion, this is why I'm doing so. And at the last you have to give a recommendation that this can be done, and it will be helpful for everyone. Okay, so this is the format that I want. Do not worry anything. We'll be discussing this in deep details. This is just an introduction so that you can get a brief idea that this is how we are going to proceed. Okay. Now, so what this essay contains total of 15 sentences, and these 15 sentences will help you develop around 250 to 275 words. Okay, so that's the limit of 250 is the minimum limit of writing an essay. So what will happen when you follow this essay? First of all, you will be able to express your ideas more clearly. You will get maximum marks in task response and cohesion and coherence, because everything will be linked to each other, right? And you will be able to write it in 40 minutes. That is very much important, that you should be able to write it in 40 minutes. So there are 15 sentences that you know that you have to frame it in this way, then that you can get help in that. Okay, now we'll start that. First of all, when we get an question, how we have to start, right? So when you get any essay to write on, what you have to do is you have to start with an essay. There will be what you have to identify three things in that. First of all, you have to find the keywords in it. Then you have to find the qualifying words of it. Then you have to find the action words. Now, what I mean by everything like that, let us take this example. Okay. Now, technology, what is the essay that is given to us? Technology is become increasingly prevalent in the world today. In the not too distant future, technology will completely replace the teacher in the classroom. Do you agree or disagree about the statement? सो व्हाट दे आर टेलिंग अस इज कि एक टाइम कि हम बहुत ज़्यादा आजकल टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ कर रहे हैं और बहुत ही जल्द एक ऐसा भी टाइम आएगा कि हम सिर्फ कंप्यूटर्स और लैपटॉप्स के थ्रू ही पढ़ेंगे और कोई फिजिकल टीचर नहीं होगा। अब आपको आपने अपने व्यूज बताने इसमें कि आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या होगा, मतलब टीचर्स रिप्लेस कर मतलब कंप्यूटर्स पूरी तरह टीचर्स को रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते? यू हैव टू टेल दैट। नाउ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमें क्या करना है, हमें कीवर्ड्स सर्च करने हैं। व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय कीवर्ड्स? कीवर्ड्स होते हैं कि आपका ऐसे का फोकस क्या है। ऐसे का फोकस इन द सेंस कि आपने ये दो चीजें हैं, अगर आपका एक भी सेंटेंस इन दो चीजों के अपोजिट जाता है तो इसका मतलब है कि आपने अच्छे से नहीं करा। ठीक है, अगर आपको कोई भी सेंटेंस इन कीवर्ड्स के बाहर चला गया है, इसका मतलब है कि आप आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट जा रहे हो या फिर आप नहीं जा रहे, मतलब ठीक डायरेक्शन में नहीं जा रहे। सो कीवर्ड्स एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं so that you know that this is the way how my essay should turn out and this is the thing that the examiner wants me to focus on. So like in the question that was given to you, we were talking about technology. Then we talked about yes, it is growing in the distinct future. Then we were talking about teacher in the classroom. That means education. We are talking about education. So we are talking how technology will affect our education. So what will be the keywords in this one is that firstly the keyword will be technology. Second will be education, right? So these two will be controlling keywords of it. Now how we'll do with keywords is, so this is how we deal with the keywords. Okay, then there are qualifying words. What I mean by qualifying words is by qualifying words it means कि आप कैसे interconnect कर रहे हो ideas को। ठीक है, जो अगर आप कुछ जैसे ओपिनियन आप बता रहे हो कि yes it's increasing, तो आप कैसे शो कर रहे हो कि it is increasing, और if it decreasing तो आप कैसे decreasing शो कर रहे हो। जैसे कि अब हमने जो सैम्पल क्वेश्चन किया, what it was saying is that the phrase was qualifying word was increasingly prevalent, that मतलब इंक्रीज हो रही है टेक्नोलॉजी और आजकल हम बहुत ज्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी यूज कर रहे हैं। अब इससे हमें ये क्लियर हो गया कि टेक्नोलॉजी हमें बोलना क्या जा रहा है एग्जामिनर कि आपकी जो टेक्नोलॉजी है आप बहुत ज्यादा यूज कर रहे हो और क्लासरूम टीचिंग में भी टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत ज्यादा यूज हो रही है। लाइक वी आर डूइंग दिस जूम मीटिंग राइट नाउ, सो बहुत ज्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी यूज होने लग गई है। बट हमारा एक और वर्ड यूज हुआ था कंप्लीटली एलिमिनेट, दैट मीन्स कि टीचर होगा ही नहीं क्लास में। सो इफ यू मिस दिस वर्ड दैट दे विल एलिमिनेट द टीचर्स, देन आपका पूरा इससे गलत हो जाएगा, बिकॉज इट डजेंट मीन कि टीचर्स विल बी यूजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी। इट मीन्स दैट टीचर्स बिल्कुल यूज ही नहीं करेंगे, मतलब टीचर्स रहेंगे ही नहीं टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करने को। देयर विल बी ओनली टेक्नोलॉजी दैट विल बी टीचिंग यू। सो दीज आर द क्वालिफाइंग वर्ड्स। इससे आपको पता लगता है कि कौन सा वर्ड ऐसा यूज हुआ है एग्जामिनर ने जिससे हमें क्लियर आइडिया मिल रहा है कि कि हमें ऐसे में करना क्या है। ठीक है, लाइक अगर हम अब कॉन्ट्रास्ट की बात करते हैं तो देयर आर डिफरेंट वर्ड्स विच कैन बी यूज, like technology presence is growing in the world over. Despite this, its ability to replace human is near future is unlikely. इससे हमें इससे हमें क्या पता लगता है डिस्पाइट दिस से, कि हमें जो हमारी फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट है टेक्नोलॉजी प्रेजेंस इज ग्रोइंग ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, डिस्पाइट दिस मतलब ऐसा हो रहा था बट उसके बावजूद क्या हो रहा है कि ह्यूमन की टेक्नोलॉजी ह्यूमंस को रिप्लेस नहीं कर पाएगी। सो दिस इज अ कॉन्ट्रास्ट वर्ड। यू शुड अगर आप क्वेश्चन में ये वर्ड नहीं नोटिस करोगे तो हो सकता है आपका पूरा क्वेश्चन गलत हो जाए, राइट? देन there is a word that although technology is present in the classroom is growing all over the world, that like we are using Zoom right now, but its ability to replace a human teacher in the near future is unlikely. कि मतलब कि टीचर को वो रिप्लेस स्टिल नहीं कर पाएगा. So these are the words that will be given to you in question, and you have to focus on these words because it can be contrast or it can compare also, right? So in comparison, what now let's come to compare. So what can be compared, like in common with the human teachers? What it is saying is a technology driven teacher would need to adjust lessons to its student. This is something in common with the human teachers. Like what we do in technology, uh, what is that technology को भी उस तरह से behave करना पड़ेगा ताकि वो लेस एडजस्ट कर पाए ह्यूमंस के साथ, राइट? So these are the qualifying words. There is a long list of it which I won't go under, but we'll discuss it and I'll send you the list. Then you can read it. Okay. Now we'll go to action words. What are the action words? So now what are the action words? Action words means that you are requiring a candidate support. Like action words means कि आपको क्वेश्चन में पूछा क्या है, एग्री करने को बोला है, डिसएग्री करने को बोला है, कि एग्जैक्टली आपकी स्टेटमेंट क्या है. लाइक कि आप सपोर्ट करोगे स्टेटमेंट को, कि उसके अगेंस्ट जाओगे, कि उसको प्रूव करोगे. तो दिस इज द एक्शन वर्ड्स कि आपकी एग्जैक्टली एक्शन होगा क्या. आप उसको एग्री भी कर सकते हो. एक्सटेंड लिखा हो तो शायद आपका आंसर अलग होना चाहिए, लाइक दैट. ओके. नाउ आई हैव टोल्ड यू कि कीवर्ड्स क्या होते हैं, क्वालिफाइंग वर्ड्स क्या होते हैं और एक्शन वर्ड्स क्या होते हैं. ओके. So this is a question that of all public transport options, a metro is the most convenient way to get around a large city. Do you agree or disagree? Now you all have to tell me कि इसमें keywords क्या होंगे, इसमें qualifying words क्या होंगे, इसमें action words क्या होंगे और rewarded question क्या हो, मतलब rewarded हम फिर से इसको कैसे लिख सकते हैं. Okay. So whom should we start with? Can we start with Ayush? Ayush,
Yes.
can you please tell me what will be the keyword in this question? Keyword is the
Technology
main.
depends on technology.
Keyword is the main sentence that this will be your everything is everything is going around that thing only.
Okay.
Okay, just think for a while.
मैम टेक्नोलॉजी के ऊपर बात हो रही है.
टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं, टेक्नोलॉजी वाला क्वेश्चन हो गया. अब हमारा ये क्वेश्चन है ऑफ पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑप्शंस मेट्रो सबसे कन्वीनियंट है कि नहीं है. दैट्स द क्वेश्चन. सो आपको बताना है कि इसमें क्वालिफाइंग क्या है वर्ड, सॉरी कीवर्ड्स क्या है. Sevi for the qualifying words and Mohammad Amir for the action words. So आप दोनों भी प्रिपेयर रहो. Come on आयुष, एक तो वर्ड बोलो कौन सा लग रहा है आपको. आई एम नॉट हियर टू जज यू. बस आप बताओ कि आपको क्या मेन
मेट्रो.
सेंस क्या है. हाँ, मेट्रो एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है.
मेट्रो है. एंड मैम नेक्स्ट है.
Ma'am, I think qualifying word is transportation.
Transportation
According
is
to me,
not
I
the
don't have
qualifying
much idea
words.
about the
Okay, so
transportation.
let me tell you for this question, फिर हम नेक्स्ट कैसे करते हैं. ठीक है. हमारा क्वालिफाइंग वर्ड था मोस्ट कन्वीनियंट. ठीक है. मोस्ट कन्वीनियंट क्यों? क्योंकि हमें इस क्वेश्चन में मैंने आपको क्या बोला था, क्वालिफाइंग वर्ड्स होते हैं कि आपको एग्जैक्टली क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया है. हमारा क्वेश्चन में पूछा था मोस्ट कन्वीनियंट वे, सो दैट इज आवर क्वालिफाइंग वर्ड. देन आवर कीवर्ड इज कि हमारा मेन कीवर्ड क्या है। सो इसमें कीवर्ड्स हैं, एक है मेट्रो जो सही बताया आयुष ने, देन इज लार्ज सिटी, क्योंकि हम एक लार्ज सिटी की बात कर रहे हैं कि जहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा कार्स होंगी और बहुत ज्यादा लोग होंगे, तो सबसे इजी मेट्रो वो है कि नहीं है। देन ट्रांसपोर्ट इज ऑल्सो अ कीवर्ड ओनली, राइट। देन Ayush, there's a lot of voice coming from your side, so I'm just muting you for a while. Okay. Then what is an action word? Action word इसमें क्या है? Do you agree or disagree? कि हमने action क्या लेना है, हमें बताना क्या actually question में. Okay. So do you agree and disagree? This is an action word. Now we'll go to the, just a second. So what should be a reworded question? सो अगर हम इसको अपनी लैंग्वेज में लिखना चाहें कि क्या हो सकता है, सो इज अ सबवे सिस्टम द इजीएस्ट वे टू गेट अराउंड अ लार्ज सिटी? दैट्स द क्वेश्चन, ठीक है। सबवे सिस्टम इन अब्रॉड मेट्रो सिस्टम इज नोन एज सबवे सिस्टम। सो सबवे सिस्टम सबसे इजी है कि नहीं है, दैट्स द क्वेश्चन। ओके, सो दैट वाज द क्वेश्चन दैट विल बी डूइंग। अब हम थोड़ा सा और जाते हैं, फिर आगे आती है